Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas in July. I see we've got friends here already waiting for them to stream in. Hi, Catherine. She says, hello, everyone. I haven't seen this episode yet, as it will be on in a couple of hours in my time zone. I'm looking forward to the discussion tonight. Catherine, listen, there are 4 episodes, and this one's my favorite. I love this one. I felt like so many really cool, meaningful things happened, and we'll talk about that. Hi, Rona. Yes, it was a great episode, right? It's my favorite one. Hello, Christmas Cruisers. Awesome episode tonight. Karen says hello. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I thought while we're waiting for a few people to get in, whenever I've had my guests on and we're talking about this particular fun event that Hallmark put together, I always ask them some like fun Christmas related. Oh, there's my mug. This mug is so nice. It's my mug. I always ask them some fun questions, so I'm going to ask them to you. One of the questions that I always ask, or I have been asking, is: are you a hot chocolate / cocoa person, or are you a eggnog person? And I forget who it was that said. I think it was when we were talking to Erin. Kathy brought up a hot toddy kind of thing, but I'm sticking to the rules: hot cocoa / chocolate or eggnog. I want to know what you think. Um, if I had to choose between the two, I think I would go with, because I love them both. I think I would go with hot cocoa. I think that would be what my favorite is. And hi, Jean. Um, let me know. Put your answers in the comments. There's a cute story that Sarah shares between her and who was it? I'm trying to think of now who it is. In her interview with me. Oh, I think it was about mistletoe murders and Peter Mooney and how he thinks it's gross. And they do this whole back and forth thing. So if you haven't seen that episode, you've got to watch the last podcast that I did with a talent, a hallster. It would definitely be, it's with Sarah, and it's really good. She tells us all kinds of good stuff. She even gives us some good advice if you are a writer, because we saw Laura's journey with her writing, and she's behind the scenes a lot, and she gave us some good advice there. Okay, so let's see. All of you are saying hot cocoa. Hi, Cindy. Hot cocoa, hot cocoa, hot cocoa. Before I forget, the last time we were together, I think it was Sandra. Was it Sandra who won the what was the connection with When Calls the Heart? What When Calls the Heart actor and one of the actors that was on the show, I mean on the cruise, were in a Christmas movie together. And I think Sandra never sent me her email, so I can send her off and get her she can get her prize. Okay, let's see. I binge watched Mistletoe Murders, really enjoyed it. Yay, Cindy. So you do know Sarah shared that, and it's public. When they do the countdown to Christmas, which begins like towards the end of August, the end of August, October, they're going to replay all of their 6 episodes for season 1 and then season 2. So if you don't have Hallmark Plus, you're going to get it because it's going to show on the Hallmark channel, which is a cool thing. All right, so the other question that I ask is, if you had a choice for your family to do something holiday-ish, would you go on a Christmas cruise, or would you do a like a lodge, a ski lodge thing? I'm thinking that I would do a ski lodge thing because I can't get on a boat. I have an inner ear issue, and I'm dizzy now. When I walk down the street, or if I come up onto the bulletin board, too fast the room spins on me. So there's no shipping for me. I at the ski lodge, I'd probably be dizzy with the altitude. Looking forward to season 2. Yes. Oh, right, Cindy. How about the deliciousness of how that ended? Sarah talks about that. We talk about the spiciness. Cruise. Karen says a cruise. All right. I hear whenever somebody goes on a cruise, even those that are apprehensive. We have a friend who is very apprehensive about going. She's very nervous, and I understand. But I hear every time someone goes on a cruise, their first time, they're like, that's it. That's the way to travel. I will definitely go back. I've never heard anybody say, no, one and done. I've never heard that. Cindy says, we did a family cruise a few years back and it was great. We are not skiers. I don't ski now either. Okay, so let's dive into this episode. I took some notes. So one of the things that I really enjoyed was I do a cruise, love it. Very good, Arlene. One of the things that I really enjoyed about this episode was Gail and Alicia, and they were calling her Alicia, I guess, right? They were teasing and getting over her fears, Gail. But the whole interaction with Tyler, he's just so adorable. And you get to see his human side. He's not afraid to share. He's a hugger. He makes them feel comfortable because I'm sure it's nerve-wracking to, meet someone that you really, really like and admire and see on TV. And you're in such a, I don't want to use this word in the wrong way. I love this word, but people always take it wrong. Like in an intimate situation, meaning, like close quarters and sharing soulful stuff. Gail's afraid. I love when Gail is there with Alicia and the gentleman saying, and your name is, and she says, Alicia, and he goes, and your name is, she goes, scared. That was funny. I don't know if that was scripted. I'm sure it was not. But I love how he shares with her, like saying his mother was came with him on the cruise and she embraced facing her fear. She was afraid to fly and she conquered that fear. And he was so proud and excited because now, she's traveling with him, got to go on the cruise. You get to do these once in a lifetime type things. Now there are some people, yes, he was great with them. There are some people who are like, I don't want to watch the Christmas at sea. And that's fine. Not everything's for everyone, but they didn't even watch it. Okay. They didn't even take a minute to watch it. I don't think they realize what it is because it's just not hokiness. It's people really sharing meaningful stories and connecting with fans that they adore in a setting that's extremely positive with many things and wonderful things to do. And every one of the stories that they shared, I can relate to every single one of them. I have every kind of a story like that. So I think I was when I saw the part where Carrie, who has, she had shared that they have her sisters and she have the gene that carries the likelihood of having breast cancer, and she chose to have a double mastectomy, and she gets to have a minute with Taylor, who had something very personal this past summer happen to her, the loss of her very good friend. And there they are talking and having a moment sharing, how wonderful it is to be an advocate for breast cancer awareness. And that's a beautiful story. Me, I can raise my hand that breast cancer has touched my family and my best friend. I went through everything with her. It's a real thing, right? And here they are showing you how you're a fan of these actors and they're real humans, which makes me appreciate them even more. I don't know, it makes me love watching them more. I don't know how you all feel about that, but I did want to share some of the stuff you're saying before we go on. Yes, Cindy, he was great with them. I agree. I loved when they took the stones and they wrote what they wanted to set free, and then they let it go. And then there's that cute shot of them having a group hug and the aerial shot of down on them. Thought that was amazing. My son skis, not me, but I'd stay in front of the fireplace. Rona, I'll go with you. We will sit together. We'll have hot chocolate or whatever you want with some hot cocoa, right? Spiked with Bailey's. All right, I am there. I am there. All right, Candace said, I absolutely love tonight's episode. Yay, you're with me. It's my favorite one. And I can't wait for the season finale next week. I hope Hallmark does a season 2 of Christmas at Sea. I think that they will. They have 2 ships that are going out. And a lot of us here are also series fans, like different, the different series that they've had along the way. And When Close the Hearts, Kevin McGarry will be on, I think it's the second cruise, the one in January. Um, I don't know if anybody here is going or if they even tried to go. Rona says the show has been so much fun. I agree. And Candace says, I just love all the celebrities and how they just hang with everyone. Yes. So I didn't want to leave out some of my stuff with Tyler. The other thing that I really liked with not Tyler, with the girls that met up, Alicia and Gail, who are best friends. I'm sorry, I have to cough. Alicia and Gail are best friends and have been best friends for many years. They were celebrating their 60th birthdays together. And when we were talking to Kathy and I had the opportunity, like I said, a couple of like last week or week, I don't know, things are blurring together for me, talking to Erin. And Erin was saying how she was giving us some behind the scenes stuff that the producers, I guess we'll call them producers, I don't know what the technical term is, that were running this beautiful cruise and the docuseries, they knew their actors really well. And so they approached them and said to them, you know, I've got a connection with you. You, as we saw last in the last a previous episode, where Erin is in love with her grandmother, and that's how we got to meet Nate and the grandmas. They were amazing. They told us how stories were chosen. And if you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. And so the director or the producer knew they had a storyline together. And then, of course, Sarah and Erin are best friends. They've been best friends for, I think, over 10 years. So they get to meet up with Gail and Alicia, who are best friends, and share that connection, which is so nice. I thought that they being whoever, you know, I'm going to say scripted, even though it's not really scripted. Whoever scripted this did a really good job and really did their homework. And I thought they did a good job in who they chose to tell the stories of. And they had to fill out some type of an essay, and then they did like a virtual type of an interview, which I think is kind of nerve-wracking if you're not used to that. But they chose, I've got like something that's itching my nose. I'm a hot mess today, very unprofessional, but we're just in our jammies talking, so it's all good. um I'm curious to see what kinds of stories they're going to tell on the next cruise, like who's going to be chosen. I hope it's someone that tunes in and that we're, you know, used to seeing each other and chatting together. I think that would be cool. I really do. I hope it's one of us. um how about Laura's story? First of all, she and her sister are best friends. That beautiful relationship is rare because a lot of times growing up, sisters, especially when they're that close, are not each other's best friend and are not super close the way those two are. And I thought that was cool. And how they root for each other. Sometimes that changes when you get older, but not when you're younger. And I thought that was beautiful and unique. And Arlene is sharing that right now. The sisters were great. Loved when they were recapturing their younger years together with their PJs watching Hallmark movies. How the PJ party brought that memory back. I know. I love that. They have so many cool activities for them. So getting back to them, that's a unique experience when someone takes your manuscript and then puts it into the hands of people that can really do something about it. That doesn't normally happen. Hallmark does not take unscripted manuscripts or scripts, movie scripts, or you have to have an agent. But this, of course, is a special exception, and of course, to go to from Sarah, who is a behind the scenes person, and Ben, passing on to those wonderful writer team of Kim and Paul. I love those two together. I love when they're not only write it, they're in a movie together. They have got great chemistry. I've always loved them. And then we're going to probably see what would be the next step. Two of the actors acting out some of her stuff. So that's a unique experience. The real thing and how it's broken down, Sarah shared with us. And it's a little different, but she gave us advice if you had something like that or wanted to do something like that, what to do. Let's see, Rona. I knew Kimberly and Paul would be the ones to get her script. Yep, of course, because that's their thing. The We've got to talk about the love. The one sister said, I know her husband, and he did. Especially when he did that little smile, she's like, had to tone it down a little. I thought that was cute. That was really cute. He did look like him. Donna and Rob. Like we did, like Cindy's agreeing he did look like him. Like we didn't know that Donna was going to say hello. Donna was going to say yes, but I loved how nervous he was. Like, you got it in the bag, bud. You've been together for how long? It's good. And I liked how he has the veil for her and everything's ready. And he's like, and you're all invited. That's just so cute. Donna's like, you're all invited. Can we do that? Like, he was so caught up in the moment, which is really cute. But I don't know if you caught this. And if you didn't, go back. I like the little things that are off to the side that you don't realize. They're in the water together after he proposed, and she says yes, and they're hugging, and she says to him, now I'm always calling you my boyfriend, which is so weird because of her age, which I think is cute. But she says to him, thank you for being you. Like, they had to actually like type that in because they weren't quite sure if people could hear it with the waves. That's what she said to him. Thank you for being you. I love that. Like, that's so sweet that they've been together all these years and they really like each other and they really love each other. And I know that sounds silly because there are people that are together and they kind of fall out of like. They love each other at a different level, but they kind of fall out of like, and they still got that, honeymoon spark. So I'm excited to see next week what that is like. I have a question for all of you. What do you think? Well, I have a couple questions. What do you think is going to happen with Laura's story? So I have a major prediction, and you could tell from the way it was going. There's probably going to be 2 more actors that show up. I already know 2 more actors that show up, and they're going to act out her scene. But what do you think's going to happen? Do you think that they're going to actually do something with it? Do you think she'll hear about that, or is it just going to be more advice? Curious. You know what I mean? Because after all, the people who put the docuseries together are behind the scenes people. So I'm curious to see that. Hallmark definitely needs to get Julie and Chris to do this cruise. A couple's viewpoint would be awesome. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. Absolutely, that would be cool. Yeah, we would love that, wouldn't we? That's my one question. And then my second question is, Paige. I know Paige is, you could see the nervousness in her saying to her mom, I'm going to move back, go back to, I think it's California, and try to move on with my career. And she was nervous, and her mom's like, of course, but we'll follow you. But Paige, will she get one-on-one time with Tyler? You think she'll get some time with him? I know she got to hug him and do a group photo and all that. What do you predict? I want to see what you have to say about that. Let's see. Cindy says they showed in the previews that some of the actors read some of her manuscripts. Yeah, yes, they do. I love the chat between Taylor and the mom who had breast cancer. Yes, that's Carrie. Such a heartfelt conversation. It was very much so. That was in the preview that for the finale. I think, yes, they will do the script. Ooh. All right. So you want to win a prize? You want to win a Christmas prize? Arlene won. I sent Arlene. She won a Christmas prize. I sent her a Hallmark Christmas book, but it's not the one that had the green cover. It's white. It's a little different. And I sent that to her with all kinds of cool goodies and annotations and all kinds of cool stuff in it. I never know what I'm going to send. I just look at what I have or have an idea and I send it. So if you want to win, here is my question. What is the title of Laura's script for her movie? I will give you a hint. Has 2 words. They did show it, Rona. They did show basketball with Tyler. I know. It's so cool. I can't wait to see her with him. I can't wait to see Tyler walk the lady down the aisle as she gets married to her fiance. So cute. It's so cute. It is. That it's a good episode, but like I said, my favorite episode is episode 3. I felt like many meaningful things happened. All right, so I asked a question. Who remembers? Yes, and Paul's officiating the wedding. He absolutely is. And Andrew helps him. So they all help. They all participate in some way. You love your Christmas book, Arlene? Good. I'm glad. So I'm reaching out. Anybody remember Laura's book with not her book, her manuscript, or it's not really a manuscript, it's a screenplay or a screen script or whatever. Do you remember the title of it? 2 words. Oh, come on now. All right, while we're waiting for someone to come up with that, um, one of the things that I really thought was funny was when Jonathan, he's great at hosting stuff, and I love how they did the ship miss in place of finding Mr. Christmas and the things that he says. So when they're picking the winner, he says, I think I wait a minute, I wrote it down so I get it right. He says, and the winner is of $0 because it was just a win. And he's like, of $0. He's funny. What did you think of the actual Finding Mr. Christmas? I'm not sure who here saw it, but what did you think of it? Because I know they're doing a part 2. I loved it. I followed it through. Years ago, I used to be a Bachelor fan. Then I stopped watching it. I think I watched like, I don't know, first 3 years. And I liked it. I liked watching it. It was kind of like that. I loved them doing all the challenges, learning about the guys. And Ezra is a doll. I picked him. I knew that he was going to win. And he did a really cute movie. And I'm wondering if they'll set that up that way again. It was the last movie. I didn't watch it, but I met the winner. Oh, I forgot that he was there. Cindy, isn't he handsome? He is handsome and he's cute. Yep. You loved it, Karen? I did too. Rona. Jonathan is so wonderfully funny and so bubbly. They should bottle his energy. It's true. We could change the subject. Let's hear it. Not to change the subject, but is there any truth about Chris McNally being in the hospital? Who said that? I didn't even hear about it. Or I don't know, Jean, where you saw that or heard it, but tell me more and I'll let you know. I'm drawing a blank on the title. Christmas Dreams? No. How about I give y'all a hint? The first word begins with an M and the second word begins with a Q. Okay, I put that there for you because I know there's a lag. Arlene, I don't know. He was in the hospital. I wonder why. Where did you hear that? If anybody's telling me they heard it on that, oh God, it's got a strange name. There's this website. It's weird, such a weird name. And it's on YouTube. And everybody, it's got millions of likes and views, and they shouldn't. No, Cindy, it's not Mistletoe Quest. And it was on YouTube. Jean, no. Jean, I want you to find it, click the link to share, and send it to me in an email, and I will let you know. And no, it's usually not. I forget what it was called. It had a strange name, and the whole thing was a hot mess of what they said. You know, it's like people type in stuff to AI, and then it spits stuff back to you. And I think that's what they're using. And then they act like it's news, and it's not. And it's not Mistletoe Quest. Good, Jean. Thank you. Yes, Arlene. Arlene. She's always so good with trivia. Mistletoe Queen. So let's see if Laura gets to have that movie made. That would be cool to see. All right. I think I have covered everything that I wanted to discuss. If you wanted to hear like more about the process of how people are chosen, then you should go watch what I talked to Nate and his grandmas. They're just lovely. I said to Nate, I love to have you back. He's super smart. Come back and review a movie with me as Christmas countdown comes. And he's like, oh yeah. And let's see, what was the other thing I wanted to tell you? Oh, this is important. And I think everyone that's here knows this, but if you could spread the word, that would be great. So, so I'm admin to a couple of fan pages. Chris McNally fan page, The Way Home, and the When Calls the Heart Hallmark. Okay, those 3. I have Chicken Sisters because I love Chicken Sisters. But those 3 big. And Chicken Sisters at the end of August comes back. So if you're into Chicken Sisters, find that page and we'll be chatting. But all of my stuff, all of it is on my Everything About Hallmark page. So you can find everything there. If you don't belong to all of the groups, you don't need to. Like I always separate information and help share stuff. But I even posted this because people would be asking me, like I would be on the way home page and they would be asking me questions about other things that have to do with Hallmark and messaging me. And I'm like, well, we try to keep content going with what that page is about. So all you have to do is just go to my Everything About Hallmark page on Facebook, and everything is there. Okay. Yay, Chicken Sisters. I know, Rona. I just cannot wait. I cannot wait. I love the ending when she went out on a date with the handsome preacher man. Sandra, I knew the trivia question answer, but didn't want to answer because I won last week. But Sandra, you didn't get anything because Sandra, you didn't email me, and I don't know your address to send you your prize. So, Sandra, I'm gonna put it here. It's very easy. It's all over the place, but it's my last name and my first name at gmail.com. But you can find it all over my social media. Okay. All right. So next week on Monday will be our last episode of the cruise. We all know we're going to see Tyler and Paige get some time together. We're going to see what happens with Laura's book. We're going to see, oh, Gail doing something extra special. I hinted at it, but you saw it in the previews. She gets to write a song for her friend and sing it, right? She's having Wes help her, which is so cute. And also we'll get to see the wedding, right? It's the wedding. Sandra, you did, but it must not have gone through. Oh, Sandra, maybe there's something in it that you think it's correct, but it really wasn't me. It's some other, I don't know, Roxana or something. I don't know. Yes, in the wedding. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Next week on Monday is the last episode, but next week is also extremely busy for me because we're doing promotions for the movie. Is it Double Scoop? Taylor stars in it, and Jackie Collier stars in it, and she will be my guest. And we're also doing some like a little promotional junket for Providence Falls. How am I going to keep it together? It's just so good. Oh, you can't wait for the Halloween movie with Lacey? I know. They got some really cool stuff, right? Some really cool stuff. Oh, and this week on Wednesday, if you're a Chris McNally fan, we are having our trivia game and with prizes. Okay. All right. You have a good night. And I will talk to you later. Me too, Cindy. Me too. Did you see on all my social media? I posted something, but it was kind of, I don't know. I didn't give it all away. All right. Good night. Thank you for tuning in. Good night.